Hello, and welcome to Unexplained Possibilities in case you missed it for June 2021. While there were a few standout things that happened this month, I was only feeling a couple of them. So, this is most likely going to be a fairly quick in case you missed it, but I think you'll still enjoy the small selections of news stories being presented. So, let's jump right into it. Our first story comes to us from Kentucky, and this was first reported by NBC Lex 18. Blue Holler Off-Road Park was hosting a 5-day event. The name of this event was the Redneck Rave. The tagline for the event was Mud, Music, and Mayhem. I think you already know the mayhem part of the tagline will be especially true. There were 14 people arrested and another 34 cited on criminal charges. Drugs and alcohol was being heavily used. A woman got into a fight and nearly passed out from being strangled. And the reason for this fight? A blanket. Yes, she and someone else were fighting over a blanket. Another person was impaled by a log that somehow pierced through the bottom of his vehicle, and there was someone who had their throat slashed. So you'd think with all that mayhem, the organizers would say, nope, we're done, we're not doing this again. And you'd be wrong if you thought that. Blue Holler said they're planning another Redneck Rave in October, and they said they'll improve on things to make the next event better. No word on what that really means, but I'm going to assume they're going to have a live firing range. This is Robert Gallwitzer Jr. Robert was hungry and didn't feel like making lunch. Robert also didn't want to spend a lot of money eating out. So, what does he do? He decided to go to McDonald's, where you can get a 20-piece chicken McNugget meal for fairly cheap. He placed his order, got his meal, and went home. And that's where he made his mistake. Always check and make sure the order is right before you leave. Luckily for Robert, the order was right, but something crucial was missing. They didn't add the dipping sauce. This made Robert furious, and like any red-blooded American, he picked up the phone and called up that McDonald's and let them have it. Well, not too long after that call, Robert was arrested. Now, normally you wouldn't get arrested for cursing someone out, but perhaps Robert went a little too far, especially over missing dipping sauce. You see, Robert not only threatened to punch the employee who forgot his sauce, but he also threatened to blow up the McDonald's. Needless to say, that's a no-no. So here's hoping they have nuggets behind bars, and heaven forbid them not having any sauce. Robert might just shank someone. Now, going from one fast food joint to another, we find ourselves at a good old Burger King in Tennessee, the place where you can have it your way. And if you can't, well, you just shoot someone. Wait, what?
New this morning, police arrest two people accused of firing shots at a Memphis Burger King after a fight about a spicy chicken sandwich. Now, according to a police affidavit released overnight, the two people you see here on your screen, Tavarius McKinney and Kiana Halliburton, got into some sort of fight with employees at the Burger King on North Hollywood and Fraser earlier this morning. We don't know what exactly brought this fight on. Police just tell us the two left the restaurant. They came back minutes later, firing multiple shots from the road into the parking lot. Two people were hit by the bullets. McKinney and Halliburton are scheduled to go before a judge today. They face several charges, including attempted first-degree murder.
Finally, if you don't believe that God has a sense of humor and fate loves irony, then this quick story will change your mind. In Florida, a woman whose first name is Kanisha was driving around late at night and she got hungry. She decided to go and get some Taco Bell. Now, here comes the problem. Kenesha was drunk as a skunk. You sort of have to be high or drunk to like Taco Bell. Being drunk and behind the wheel of a car, Kenesha would end up hitting a tree, a water meter, and the freaking Taco Bell sign itself. In her drunken state, she figured something was wrong when Taco Bell wasn't taking her order, so she left. A few blocks over, cops caught up to Kenesha and arrested her and charged her with DUI. Now, what brings this all together is Kenesha's last name. You get one guess on what that might be. Okay, your guess is over. Her last name is Booze. Yes, Booze. Alcohol, booze. So, a person with the last name Booze happens to be a drunkard. Fate can be really funny at times. And that concludes In Case You Missed It for June 2021. Told you it was going to be a short one. Thank you all for watching, and if you have your own offbeat and interesting stories, feel free to share them with us in the comment section down below, and also remember to follow Unexplained Possibilities on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, and Instagram. Those links can be found in the description below. Thank you again for watching, and I will be seeing you in July.